Hello everyone, welcome to Himalai online classes. This video is going to be second part of defense technology. So in this video we are going to study about nuclear weapons, its usage and the international mechanisms to deal with such weapons of mass destruction. Okay. See, in the history, nuclear weapons were used only once. That too during Second World War period of time on Japan, that is on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Okay, only once these weapons were used, and we realized how much is its impact. Okay, its immense impact in the loss of properties, in the loss of man life. Okay, in the loss of uh, you know. Environment. Okay, it's in immense environmental impacts, it's biological impacts, even the generations ahead carried those genetic mutations. Okay, so we realized how powerful were these nuclear weapons. Okay, so after this, many countries wanted to become powerful. Okay, because these nuclear weapons um, uh, uh, holding these nuclear weapons realized them that they will be powerful. Okay, so in the world arena it became power of argument versus argument of power. Okay, so that is why many countries wanted to have nuclear weapons with them. So countries started testing the nuclear weapons with the nuclear technology. Okay, coming to India, India also did not stay back. It started with this nuclear program in 1967. Okay, we started with this, and in 1968, when we were doing all that, in 1968, one body emerged, that is NPT. Okay, non-proliferation treaty emerged. Okay, so what was the motto behind the emerging of NPT? Means NPT wants non-proliferation. Non-proliferation means do not spread. Okay, do not spread these technologies. So these weapons. Okay, non-proliferation could happen either in horizontal manner or in vertical manner. Okay, horizontal manner means do not spread this technology. If you have technology, nuclear technology, which is capable of making nuclear weapons, do not spread to other countries. Okay, and do not and that is called as horizontal proliferation. Vertical proliferation means if you have the technology, if you have nuclear weapons, say for example India. Okay, if you have 500 nuclear weapons, do not increase that number. Okay, that is the meaning of vertical proliferation. So it wanted to prevent both horizontal proliferation as well as vertical proliferation. That is what nuclear proliferation treaty. Okay, so this came into existence, and ultimate aim of this NPT was to denuclearize nuclear weapons. Okay, complete denuclearization. That was the ultimate aim of this NPT. So NPT came. Okay, however India wanted to become holder of this nuclear weapons. So we started our first nuclear weapon test on 18th May 1974. Okay, this operation, the name of this operation is Operation Smiling Buddha. Okay, this occurred during the prime ministership of late Indira Gandhi. Okay, so we conducted first test. So immediately in response to this, so before this NPT was already there. Okay, immediately to respond to this, NSG was created. Okay, so because India conducted this test on this background only. Okay, NSG was created. Okay, what is NSG? NSG is the nuclear supplier group of members. Okay, group of members where if you become this member to this group, then only if you become member to this group, then we will have access to the nuclear technology and fuels, all such that. Okay, so this group was created to put more conditions, okay, on other countries for stop the testing. Okay, however we couldn't become the member of this NSG group. Okay, we did not sign NPT here. Okay, then then after that okay, 1974 we created, and in 1998 we realized that again we wanted to show to the world that okay, so once we conducted the test and we kept quiet, so world should not forget it off. No, okay, again to realize that okay, we have this weapons. Okay, weapons of mass destruction, that is nuclear weapons, we conducted one more test, that is on 11th May 1998, and that operation was called as Operation Shakti. Okay, during the again late Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Okay, during this period of time only, our late President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir was also there. Okay, here. So when we conducted nuclear test here in 1998, again entire world was again shocked, and in retaliation of this, USA as well as Japan had put sanction on us. Okay. However, later these sanctions were lifted off. US lifted off the sanctions, and with US we signed civil nuclear deal, okay, in 2005. And with Japan also we have signed civil nuclear deal. Okay, so what for the civil nuclear deal means, nuclear energy, if whatever we have access to, we will use that for generating the energy. Okay, not for the generating for the power. Okay, not for the we will use it for the civil purpose, not for the military purpose, not for manufacturing the weapon purpose. Okay, that is if that is there, then we will give the support. So that was the intention behind signing deal with these countries. Okay, civil nuclear deals. Okay, and today we wanted to become member of NSG, Nuclear Supplier Group. However, who is stopping our membership, India's membership? That is China. Okay, apart from other countries, China is the one which is stopping India from getting into the membership of NSG. So what China says that, see, Pakistan is also not a member of NSG. Okay, let Pakistan also join this NSG. So India wants to join NSG without signing the NPT, because India feels that NPT is discriminatory. Got it? No, why India feels NPT is discriminatory means, so as per the treaty, so only P5 countries will be having access to this nuclear weapons. Okay, so nuclear weapons can be held by only these P5 countries. So what are these P5 countries? They are the permanent members of UN Security Council. Please you should be knowing all these P5 countries. Okay, only these P5 countries will be having access to this nuclear weapons. Other countries will denuclearize those weapons. Okay, so we felt that it is discriminatory. Okay, why these countries should have, why not other countries should have? Okay, that is how India felt, and that is why India is not willing to sign NPT. Okay, if it did not sign NPT, then NSG we are not having access to the become member of NSG. Okay, China is stopping that. China wants even Pakistan to be part of NSG. Okay, so see here, initially India was like, India believed that China will be in a more coordinated manner with India. Okay, so we will have, India believed that India is going to be having good relation with the China. So and in fact we had bit of kind of good relation during Jawaharlal Nehru prime ministership during that period of time. So that is why we gave our seat of UNSC when we had opportunity to take the UNSC seat. So we gave it to China. Okay, so that much of trust we had on China. But today China is opposing the UNSC NSG membership. Okay, however, okay, when we tested during 1998, US had put sanction on us, and Japan put sanction on us. And today, if we take USA, Japan, these are the countries which are in support of India to take the NSG membership. Okay. So just go through this NPT. What is NPT? NPT is an international treaty. Yes, it is an international treaty. What is its objective? Objective is to prevent the spread of nuclear weapons and weapon technology. Nuclear weapons and weapon technology, both horizontal proliferation as well as vertical proliferation, and to promote cooperation in peaceful use of nuclear energy. And its ultimate aim is what? Ultimate aim is nuclear disarmament. Okay, disarmament, denuclearization. Countries have to do complete disarmament of their nuclear weapons. Okay, so that is the ultimate of NPT. So who are the non-parties? Very, very important. UPSC had asked this question, okay, direct question. So who are the non-parties of NPT? Okay, if we had known at that point of time that Pakistan is not a part of NPT, Pakistan is not having is not signed NPT, and India has not signed NPT, then we would have done that question correct. Okay, India, Israel, then North Korea, Pakistan, and South Sudan are not part of, are not treaty to this NPT. Okay. Then India maintains no first use policy. Yes, nuclear policy. Our policy is no first use. So after we conducted, second nuclear test, that is Operation Shakti, in 2003, India announced that India announced that we will not use nuclear weapons in the first instance. Okay. Suppose if any other country attacks us using nuclear weapons, we will retaliate in more intense manner using nuclear weapons. Okay, so in the first instance we will not do. Okay, and suppose if the other country attacks us even using biological as well as chemical weapons, okay, biological or chemical or nuclear, whatever weapons it uses and attacks on us, so we will retaliate using nuclear weapons. Okay, so that was also there, and India also assured the world that we will not use nuclear weapons on the countries which does not have access to the nuclear weapons. Okay, non-nuclearized countries, on those countries India will not attack using nuclear weapons. So this was an assurance given by the India, and this assurance is even today it is following this assurance. Okay. And so for what we told that we wanted to create a deterrence, okay, because we have Pakistan on one side and we have China on one side, which both the countries have access to this technology, access to these weapons. Okay, if we do not have that, so it won't create a deterrence to them. Okay, at least now it created deterrence. So to maintain this minimum credible deterrence doctrine, okay, to maintain this we are having the nuclear weapons. Okay, this was the assurance given by the India to the world. Okay, and today we have nuclear capability, that is a nuclear triad. So we can launch nuclear weapons via air, via land, or via water, via ship. So we have this nuclear triad capability. Okay. Then next one is multilateral export control regime. Okay. Multilateral export control regime. The first one is Wassenaar arrangement. Okay, Wassenaar arrangement. So what is this export control regime means? Here, weapons of mass destruction, whether it could be nuclear weapons, whether it could be biological weapons, chemical weapons, okay, conventional arms. So these are like, they will lead to the mass destruction. So that is why export of this technology, export of these materials, equipments, so it has to be controlled. Okay, for that controlling one only, so there is these are the groupings. Okay, these are the organizations, we can say. Okay. The first one is Wassenaar arrangement. So this is for responsible in transfer of conventional arms and dual use goods and technologies. So why? So they wanted to conventional arms as well as dual use goods and technologies, so that these arms and these technologies should not fall into terrorist or such other groups. Okay, it should not fall into those people. And imagine these arms and technologies falling under the in the hands of terrorist groups. Okay, so that is why, to prevent that, okay, Wassenaar arrangement had come. Okay, this Wassenaar arrangement was created in 1995. Okay, this is a group, we can say it is an informal group. Okay, these are informal groups created in 1995 with 40 members. Okay, with 40 members. Then next, coming to the nuclear supplier group. Nuclear supplier group, as I have discussed when we did the first, okay, test, first nuclear test. Then this group was created in 1974. Okay, right now 45 members are there. So what for this NSG? NSG is the one which will have the latest technology related to nuclear technology, and the materials, the fuels, the equipments, that all those technology related aspects will be available with the nuclear supply group. If India becomes a party to it, India also will be having access to all those technology things. Next one is Australia group. Australia group, it is also an informal group of countries. Okay, they are not formal group, informal group of countries, which is mainly to deal with proliferation, to prevent the proliferation of this chemical and biological weapons. Okay, biological technology. Okay, that could be weaponized. Okay. Then it do not take any legally binding obligations. Okay, these groups are there, no, they will not take any legally binding obligations from its group countries. Remember that. Okay, not legally binding, and they are informal groups. Okay. And this Australian group was created in 1985. Okay, right now members are 40. Okay, 1985, 40 members are present. And next one is missile technology control regime. Missile technology control regime. What for this is? This is for the prevention of building the missiles. Okay, so here if the country is not part of this MTCR, then that country cannot build missiles which are having like payload more than 500 kg, or the range should be below 300 kilometer. Okay, so India became party to it recently. Okay, so in 2016 India became party to it. Before that India couldn't extend, okay, the range. For example, if we take a BrahMos cruise missile, that cruise missile, India was keeping the range to 290 kilometer, because India was not party to MTCR. As now India is party to MTCR, it need not restrict below 300 kilometers. Above 300 kilometers also it can fix the range. So India is now going for 400 to 600 kilometer range of this BrahMos cruise missile. Okay, so here if we try to see, India is a group of Wassenaar arrangement. India is a group to the Australian group as well as MTCR. Okay, but India is not member to NSG group. Okay, then if we have once if we have become ratified this Australian group, so India has also ratified this biological weapons convention as well as chemical weapons convention. Then India is also a subscribing state to Hague Code of Conduct. Hague Code of Conduct. What is the Hague Code of Conduct? This is the code of conduct which deals with the ballistic missile proliferation. Yes, we are party to this also. The next one will be India is a member of International Atomic Energy Agency. So this is the Atomic Energy Agency. This is the international group. Okay, remember this. This is an international group where it promotes peaceful use of nuclear energy. Okay, peaceful use of nuclear energy. India is a party to it. Okay, that is why in this background only India has signed many India has signed civil nuclear deal with many countries such as France, United States, Mongolia, Namibia, Kazakhstan, Australia, Canada, United Kingdom, Japan. Okay, India has signed civil nuclear deal with these countries. Okay. However, you remember this, India has not signed. Okay, India has not signed these two. What is that? First one is Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty. Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, as well as this we have already discussed, that is Non-Proliferation Treaty. Okay, so what is the meaning here? Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty. Okay, so before this Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, there was Partial Test Ban Treaty. Partial Test Ban Treaty. Okay, in 1960s. Okay. However, this Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty came in 1996. Okay, so Partial Test Ban Treaty was there. So what does it indicate? Means these nuclear weapons should not be tested. Okay, nuclear weapons should not be tested either on water, sea. Okay, so in the air, so nowhere should be tested. However, in that partial test ban treaty, it did not mention about underground. Okay, underground. However, countries started testing underground the nuclear weapons. Okay. So that is why, to overcome the disadvantage in that partial test ban treaty, India signed. United Nations came up with this comprehensive nuclear test ban treaty. Okay, in this comprehensive nuclear test ban treaty, it says that complete, okay, even including the underground also, nowhere space, whether it could be space, whether it could be underground, land, air, water, nowhere nuclear test has to be conducted. Okay, that was there. But India felt it discriminatory. Why India felt it discriminatory? Means this deal did not deal with the simulations. Okay, USA and other countries had technologies where it could conduct nuclear test using simulations. Okay, however, India doesn't have that technology. Okay, so it means that those countries can test using those technologies. And here comprehensive nuclear test ban treaty did not fix any time bound. Okay, with what bound we need to do all this. Okay, so that is why India asked, if you are ban even the laboratory simulation testing. Okay, universal disarmament should be within the time bound manner. Okay, so because of these reasons, India considered it to be flawed and discriminatory. That is why India has not signed these two treaties. Okay. And finally, we will see there is a treaty on complete prohibition of nuclear weapons, complete prohibition, neither for civil purposes nor for military purposes. For no purposes we should use nuclear weapons, complete ban. So that is why this is the first legally binded international agreement, okay, in the United Nations, first legally binded international agreement to comprehensively prohibit nuclear weapons with the goal of leading towards their total elimination. What is that? Treaty on Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons. So this came in 2017. Okay, 2017, or Nuclear Weapon Ban Treaty. Okay, so this was there. However, you can see here, these were the parties and these were the signatories here, and you can see neither India nor China nor Pakistan nor USA, okay, none of the countries are signatories to this treaty. Okay, just for the, we can say, just for the namesake it came, and it did not become that much successful. Okay, so there was a civil society, or we can say kind of a non-profit group called as International Campaign to Abolish Nuclear Weapons, popularly known as ICAN. Okay, ICAN. What is this ICAN? ICAN is a global civil society coalition working to promote adherence to and full implementation of Treaty on Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons. Okay, in fact, this was the society which was behind bringing this nuclear weapon ban treaty. Okay, so it always fights for this against the nuclear weapons and to abolish the weapon. Okay, so in that struggle only in 2017 ICAN got Nobel Peace Prize. Okay, it got Nobel Peace Prize in 2017 for its efforts to abolish nuclear efforts, okay, to campaign to abolish nuclear weapons. Okay, so hope this was useful for you. So we discussed weapons of mass destruction, that is nuclear weapons. Okay, so what and all multilateral export control regimes were there. So India is not party to NPT, India is not member to NSG, please remember that. And then comprehensive nuclear test ban treaty also we did not sign. Okay, otherwise we are party to some of the multilateral export control regime, that is Wassenaar Arrangement, Australian Group, MTCR, we are party to that. Okay, and we also told we are no first use policy we adopted. Okay, hope this information was useful to you. Okay, then you try to answer this question. Okay, what is or are consequences or consequence of a country becoming the member of NSG? Okay, we wanted to become a member of NSG. Why? So it will have access to the latest and most efficient nuclear technologies. Correct? No? So that is what we discussed. That is why India wanted to become member of this. It automatically becomes a member of the Treaty on Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons. Okay, does it mean what if we become the member of NSG group? Okay, will it make automatically member of NPT? No, right? Okay, so this is wrong. Automatically we will not become member of this NPT. So second one will be wrong, then neither one nor two will be wrong. So, I mean both 1, 2 will be wrong, all this will be wrong. Which is the right answer? Option A. Option A. It will have access to latest and most efficient nuclear technologies. Okay, got it now? Okay, please follow these do's and don'ts. Okay, next we will continue with the next video. Okay, thank you very much.